Welcome to Feisty Chess. I've got black against Chesser 13 on Lee Chess. We've got e4. Let's go for e5 and see what white does. So normal open game here. We'll defend the pawn, and we've got a Ruy Lopez. All right, our options here. I like to play either the a6, or sometimes the bird's defense with knight d4. Let's go for a6. See what happens. Okay, the main line. Let's do this. Maybe I'll just do a regular kind of closed. Okay, white goes for d3. So now I need to protect my pawn, since white has protected his. D6 or b5 is good here. b5 seems a little more active, and now that my knight more securely guards this pawn, I can develop this bishop. It's tempting me into something like the Archangel variation. I don't know if this is technically the Archangel or what, but bishop c5, bishop e7 or d6 would be pretty normal here too. I'm going to go for bishop c5. It seems more active. We might have to learn it by doing here. Okay. Is it worth playing h6 before castling? I don't think so. I'm going to go ahead and castle. I can still bring the bishop back if I need to. It might not be ideal. And he's got a fork trick here right away. Okay. It's time for either d6 or bishop b6. Well, hold on. He's threatening to push, take, yeah, and I'll have to move the bishop at that point. d6 seems reasonable. Overprotecting e5. That way, if he plays d4, I can just slide back with the bishop. Okay. He's threatening to take on b5. I can't recapture until I deal with this rook situation. So probably need to develop the bishop at this point. Probably either, well, actually, bishop can come to g4 or e6 or even b7 now. Kind of a Zaitsev type formation. G4 seems pretty thematic in the Ruy Lopez. This prevents d4 for the time being. Okay, he supports with a knight. So the knight is going to want to come here and probably here. So that means the rook will want to move to e1. Can I disincentivize that at all? I wonder if b4 makes sense now. But then the knight could come to c4. Rook e8 is a move that makes sense. If he hits me with h3, I may come back to e6. There it is. Maintaining the pin, I mean, he doesn't have to play g4 to break the pin. He can just more patiently go rook e1 and then knight here ultimately. So yeah, I'm just drop back. Oh, I don't know, do I want to be on e6 now? There's also d7. I kind of want to leave g6 alone. So if the bishop goes to h5, eventually we'll have to come back to g6. And I kind of want to leave g6 alone because I have plans of knight e7, g6, f4. And this is my good bishop, so maybe let's... Well, hold on, he's got... Okay, he's got knight g5. And that's a... Yeah, I'm going to go bishop e6. Ah, I just had a panic attack there. Fortunately, this doesn't work. He can't get away with this because the knight... Now, if this knight weren't here, he would have a fork trick. He would have d4, and then once I take, he takes back with the pawn. And then if I move this bishop, he just comes at me with this pawn fork on my pieces. Fortunately, in the meantime, I have bishop takes that, which gets rid of that fork threat. Bishop takes b3. Also, because his knight is here, I could simply take and win the pawn on d4 with one of my pieces. All right. Now I've already moved my rook to e8. So I don't think it's worth opening the f-file. I'm going to recapture with the rook. Okay, we got rid of his Spanish bishop. And he's got trouble developing this bishop. The rook might end up coming straight back to e8, and that's fine. I might get h6 in. If he goes knight g5, I'll just go back with the rook, and then h6 will come with tempo. We'll go back to b6 here. If he wants to push a5, I'm happy to let him close up the queen side there. I don't think the knight belongs on b3. Doesn't have much future there. The queen might be happier coming to b3, actually. Okay, so now our bishop can just shark it back here quite comfortably on a7. And he's not going to open up the a-file for his rook. That's usually the main virtue of playing a4, which is often a good move for white in the Ruy Lopez. So now having pushed a5, okay, I can break this pin immediately thanks to my rook on the on this third rank there. But first, let's give ourselves some left and guard this square and make him put his bishop back here where it could become kind of entombed. And g5 is a tempting move right here, I have to say. But also just queen d7. Well, the concern here is this. My bishop is kind of out of play. It can't come back to the king side anyway. Maybe now's the time for d5 myself. I can play it. Why not? Yeah, could centralize my queen, and I've got e5 well protected. It's a good rule of thumb when playing the open games. When black can get in d5, it's a good way to free up your game. So this rook on the 6th is doing a nice job of avoiding the usual problems. The queen is free to take on d4, so she doesn't have to watch that knight on f6, because the rook is doing that quite well. The rook now also guards both knights, funny enough. Okay, queen to c2, giving a little more defense to e5. But now, what about b4 now? Could also take first and then play b4, but maybe rook b. Yeah, rook b8 might be a better move to prepare b4. Is he threatening d4? If he goes d4, there's take, and he's got that covered enough, doesn't he? There's d4. I can play d4, so he can't. That gives me the worst bishop, though. Let's go with b4. Yeah, that rook on the 6th is really nice. Generally, in the Ruy Lopez, black's play is on the queen side. I got this c7 pawn that probably wants to get going and doing something. So if he takes, I can get the knight out of the way via this, and then I'm hitting. Okay, he goes for immediate resolution in the center. I'm happy to centralize my queen here. Okay, this gives him plenty of weaknesses, actually. Where does my queen want to be? I think d7. Yeah, d7 is good. Now this knight is no longer pinned, but I've got a big problem, which is the clock. So I'll have to start playing with a little less wordiness. Oh, he tries to shut in my bishop this way. Well, okay. My bishop has other avenues of getting out, and I can simplify like such. This c5 pawn could be a weakness. He probably wants to take with the king's knight. Oh, but now he takes this way, and he's only got one defender on his pawn. Queen c5 might be good here. It might make me... Yeah, queen c4, that's what I meant. Okay. I wonder about queen d5. Again, offering to simplify. He's got queen takes d4, doesn't he? So, I can get my rook to the 7th. No, not without. Okay. Okay, there's lots to consider here. Yeah, he's hitting both of these pawns. I think this is a good move. After queen takes, he's got knight takes. Oh, and that doesn't look like so much fun, does it? Oh, no, no, no. Okay, this is great. Knight takes, queen takes, takes here. Okay, he's going for that. So I need to take the queen, or my queen doesn't have a defender. Okay. This comes out kind of even. But I like my position. If he pushes here, yeah, he's got, that's a weakness now. I want to try to get to the second rank, so I'll go to e8. I've got plans of maybe rook c6. This b2 will be a real weakness for him. Of course, he's got rook a4. Yeah, I think the second rank is more valuable than the rook c6 idea, so I'm going to double up. Let's make him make the trade. Planning a rook, the back rook, rook 8 to e5. If he goes rook d1, rook e1, I think maybe I should just take. Take and then play c6, I guess. Maybe king f8. Yeah, because rook e1, rook c4 doesn't work. Then his rook comes to e7. Okay, he's going to get passive like that. Let's just get my king in the game. If he wants to go c6, well, that just frees my bishop. And my king and my rook might team up to win that pawn later. I've lost my mouse. Jeepers. Okay. Don't know if I lost the recording there for a minute, but we're back online. Okay, so now he's got to either maybe move king f2 or move this pawn so it's no longer attacked, but then my rook is pressuring a5. He can go rook c4. And I probably just get my king in the game. And as soon as he takes on b4, I can take on c5. If he ever pushes c6, I can defend with rook b5. Meanwhile, my king should be getting better than his, and that could make a big difference here. I have one overextended pawn. He's got two. Although every queenside pawn in this board is kind of disjointed, disassociated from its peers. An interesting situation on the queen side. He now has knight d4 if he wants it. Well, no, because I just take. Okay, yeah, he goes for this. I'm going to improve my king. And again, whenever he takes, I just take right back. We could be going to a rook ending, but I'll have better king position and maybe slightly better chances. So if we do that, and I take here, take, I'll have pressure on this a pawn. He comes back here. He won't be able to defend the a pawn after, say, king d6. Okay, he's really trying to dislodge that rook. Rook f5 or rook d5 better? Probably not worth spending a ton of time to figure it out. Yeah, let's just go to d5. Now I have a check available. If he goes c6, okay, I think c6 is worth it here for me. He's able to improve his king, though. Maybe king e6 was better. This is looking like it's going to liquidate out to some kind of draw. I think the pawn was better on c7, actually. Because now the rook can come here if we do the minor piece trades. Yeah, king e6 was probably a better move there. I was just kind of tired of having to deal with possibilities of him playing c6, I guess. Interestingly, not going for the trade-offs here. So let's play king e6 now. Not yet going for trades anyway. Hmm. Okay, this is a pain. This is a pain. All right, I have an idea. Not sure it's very good. It leaves him with an advanced A pawn. It might not be the best idea, but I'm going to win this B pawn and have pressure against his knight. Oh no, that's a terrible idea. That idea doesn't work. Well, okay, I've got this idea. Oh my goodness. And it runs into a fork. Okay, well, resign time. Let's look at the game. I've taken some time off here. And that always hurts. Okay, so Ruy Lopez. After d3, d6 is the main move. Looks like black does better in those lines. I went for this more aggressive arc angle variation. What's this called? The Anderson variation? Wait, it was the Anderson when I played, when white plays d3, okay. I thought that was called the Steinitz. Anyway. We're still in bookland here. c3, d6, a4, bishop g4, knight a5. What's the point of knight a5? After bishop here, there's a lot of threats that white has, right? Anyway, this is a new move. Rook e8. I gotta imagine I'm fine in most of this. Yeah, especially once he pushes a5. That's just no good. It shuts down a lot of his activity. h6. Yeah, it didn't like b4. Queen d7. Just get that other rook in the game. Break the pin on the knight. Maybe queen d7, and then you can plan on knight here, knight there. That's a plan I'd forgotten about. Or knight there, and then g5, and then we'll grab this bishop, double up those pawns, but I don't think it's as good as it looks. Okay, he missed his chance to play c4 right now. And then d takes e4. g5. Okay. Any big tactics we miss here? Queen d7 is good. Yeah, it likes black still. Knight d5, not knight d4. So yeah, my knight was not pinned. Why didn't I want to come to d5? Now I've got a chance to come to f4. He's nice and centralized at d5. The rook can maybe slide over. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Knight h5 also can get to f4. Oh, this is... Yeah, now white has a real advantage. So the way to exploit my queen d5 move was not bishop takes, but rook to c1. Now take, and I don't really have anything better. He's going to win. Whichever one of these pawns he wants, I guess. Okay, well, I got a break here and doubled his pawns. So he's got an extra pawn, but it's not worth much here. I still have an advantage. I don't even need to take that pawn immediately. It's pinned anyway. Rook d8 is maybe better. Bishop e7. Yeah, I shouldn't have allowed that. I could have played bishop e7 and just gotten out of there. Maintain a protection of this pawn and keep my bishop a lot more active. So I allowed that. King f1 is good here. Yeah, and probably king f8's the way to go, just to immediately improve. Yeah, rook e1 would have been a better move. My opponent let me off the hook several times. And now I got nothing better than taking, and this knight just dominates. I mean, I can go king f8, but his king is just as good or better than mine. And king d3, his king's going to get to c4, at which point it looks like I could just resign. I probably wouldn't. It wouldn't be that bad. But c6, well, first I would go here. King c4, well then maybe c6 now. And then if, oh yeah, knight d4 check. But if he goes here, then I might have a chance of some kind of zugzwang and getting this pawn back. Yeah, it looks like there's a draw here. But he has knight d4 check instead. So he let me off the hook by not forcing the rook trade. And if I try, this is the key line, if I try this, try to grab this pawn, well, I can't really grab the pawn because now rook takes here will pin me, and I'm going to lose my bishop. I've got nothing here because this king's on a light square. So by not going for that, he went passive, and now king f8, and I should be fine. Rook e5, king e7, rook d5, here we go. Now king d7 would be good, just to get the king to c6, perhaps. Although he's got knight d4 check. Yeah, c6 is a problem. What about king e6? That was my real idea. King e3, yeah, I'm still okay here. f5. g4, g6. We resolve stuff over here on the king side. hg, really? I wouldn't give him that outside passer. Rook e5 check. What? It's my move. Yeah, okay, that does give me these 2 squares for my rook in the middle, so. Okay, but instead, I went for c6 here. King e6, and yeah, this is tough to deal with. Bishop g1. So planning on meeting this with king f5. He's just going to have 2 connectors on the queen side. How am I not losing here? Rook b5. Okay. And I got a good king position. Knight d2. King takes f4. Meanwhile, my rook is looking after this more valuable pawn if he should move anywhere out of the way here. b4. I take b4, and the pawns are actually equal. My bishop is good at watching from across the board, keeping an eye on this pawn's path. So that was probably my last chance to grab the draw, but I was so low on time. How do I find this? I can't defend this pawn without dropping another pawn. King d6 drops the f7 pawn. That's probably even worse. Computer doesn't like it. So yeah, my chance was bishop G1. A hard move to see, just giving up this pawn, and also giving up the second pawn, not going for this, which trade the rooks, and it's much easier for the winning side to win, for the advantage side to win. So he's just going to make a passer over here. We got a minor piece imbalance. My bishop might be a little bit better, but it doesn't count for this healthy pawn. It doesn't count that much. So bishop G1, giving the pawn, and knowing I'm going to get another pawn back here. And the bishop still crucially watches over this knight d4 check. So we get both pawns back. And what if he tries to protect this pawn like this? King G3. King H2. What? I'd maybe try this, right? Apparently that's no good. King H2 seems a strange move. Guess the plan is rook check here and then take there and maybe here. You got some counterplay on the king side. So, okay, tough ending, not enough time left. Main lesson from this game is an old one, but a good one. Respect the clock. All right. Thanks for the game, Chesser13, and thanks for watching. Stay feisty.